Hello my friends, good evening and welcome back to another video. I hope this video finds you well. Okay, so the last video I made, towards the end, I did this thing where I closed my eyes and we kind of did like a meditation together, and I really enjoyed that video because I took the seeing out of it and I was able to just go within and figure out how I felt deeply without feeling the pressure to come and perform and tell you guys like, oh, this is what I'm just saying a whole bunch of shit so I can get through the video quickly and not have to sit with the discomfort, because sometimes I come on the camera and I feel like I have to rush, or I get scared that I don't have anything of importance to say, or I really don't know how I feel, so the videos don't really turn out how I'd want them to come out, which is very like real and authentic instead of performative. So I feel like maybe if I do that with this moving forward, it could help. The only thing I feel awkward about is like you guys watching a video with me and my eyes are closed. So I'm just gonna have to get over that, and then at some point you guys are just, hopefully I'll be able to make a video where my eyes are open and it comes out good the way that I want. So let's just take a minute and like breathe together. So we're gonna inhale with our nose, and then we're gonna exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. So let's start with how we're feeling right now. For some reason, it's gonna be fine. Just need to relax and see what comes up. Maybe nothing will even come up. That's the thing, maybe nothing will come up, but I just have to sit in the silence and in the discomfort. Even if it's for 10 minutes, but this is just so uncomfortable. Okay, so we reached the 11-minute mark, which was a lot longer than I thought. While I was in the meditations, I was a little concerned because I was like, okay, so when am I gonna know when I've hit the 10-minute mark? Because I didn't have like a timer or anything. So we actually hit 11 minutes, which is great, even though we used like 1 minute or like a minute and 30 seconds to yap. So I think this is perfect. Anyway, while I was in meditation, I was thinking about how yesterday when I got back from a work event, I felt not drained, but I felt chaotic energy. Like I felt very much unsettled in the fact that my thoughts and my body, I felt like I was going into a state of psychosis. I was so fucking scared. If not for music, I would have lost my mind because trance music was the only thing that helped me get grounded in that time. Like I was taking a shower and the music was just helping me clear my mind. I was tripping out. It felt like I was on a bad high and I wasn't able to relax my mind. I could not relax my mind. I was very unsettled. My energy was chaotic. I had to like immediately lay down because I was just so in my head and just thinking about nonsense, just things that I really don't give a fuck about, but I couldn't get them to stop. I had to affirm to myself, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe. I was talking to ChatGPT. I was telling ChatGPT what's tea because I just felt like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? I felt like I was on the verge of psychosis, but the more I was like having that chat with ChatGPT, I don't know why I keep saying ChatGPT, it's ChatGPT. The more I was having that conversation with ChatGPT, the more I was, and then ChatGPT, it sounds like some Asian shit, I don't know, no shade. But the more I was like having that chat and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, the more anxious I became, the more like afraid. So I had to put it down and just be in the moment and listen to my music and just allow my brain to settle down. And after like an hour or two of settling down, of listening to the music and just relaxing, my mind kind of like settled down and it became quieter, but I still didn't want to move because I felt like I was still in that vulnerable state of if I were to scroll on TikTok, it would make things worse. If I were to watch something on like my phone, it wouldn't necessarily make things worse, but it was just like, you know what, how about we just use this time, especially because it was already 8-9 o'clock, just use this time and just go to sleep. So that's exactly what I did. I just fell asleep and I just used that time to continue to relax my mind and kind of get into like a trance-like state of meditation, if you would call it. And that made me feel better. But while I was in that trance-like state where my mind had calmed down, I was just thinking about like guilt and how I do things out of guilt, and I would like to stop doing things out of guilt and feeling like if I don't act a certain way, if I don't do something, like if I don't do something, people are gonna hate me. If I don't even know how to describe it. It's just, I was just feeling a lot of like guilt and feeling guilty. Like I was feeling guilty for feeling guilty, and I just don't know how to not feel guilty. I get scared if I don't do something, if I don't act a certain way, like maybe this person, and it removes the act of being kind out of the kindness of your heart away from whatever it is I'm doing. So if I want to do something for someone, I always feel like if I don't, like I feel guilty, and then it removes, like it makes me think, okay, am I doing this because I genuinely want to do this, or am I doing this because if I don't do this, I'll feel guilty? I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, I'm dealing with guilt and I don't want to feel guilty anymore. I don't want to feel guilty for doing like my past mistakes or things that I've done in the past. Like I want to just be able to live without feeling bad, you know? Like I get scared to make decisions because every decision, whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, if I make a good decision, I can't just make the good decision without having thoughts in my mind, great job, like you did good. And like, it's just like, okay, bitch, let me just make a decision and let it be the decision. I don't want to have good thoughts about it. I don't want to have bad thoughts. I just want to be neutral. Like it is what it is. If the result of this decision that I made isn't something that I necessarily like, okay, well, next time I know. Now I'll just make a better decision. But I don't want to give things so much of my power. Like I give shit so much power. I give things and I give people so much of my power because I be giving too much fucks. like I want to stop giving fucks. I just have been consumed by giving fucks to where fucks don't even need to be given. Like, why are you tripping about that? It doesn't fucking matter. And I've been sucked into the illusion of believing things that matter that don't really fucking matter. So I just want to not feel guilty about things. I just want to be able to enjoy the present moment and let go of my past mistakes, let go of caring about how people are going to view me because I'm not a bad person, and not stop giving a fuck about being a bad person. Because at the end of the day, life is very subjective. So if I do something for someone today, like that's good in my eyes, someone somewhere in the earth will be like, no, that's bad. Like, who is to tell what's good and what's bad? You know? And at the same time, I was also feeling like I need to stop this act of being this like person who does no wrong, this perfect person. Like, you're very much not perfect. But that's another thing. Like, I've had this thought where it's like, you're not perfect. And I was scared when I had the thought of not being perfect, because I felt like not being perfect equal to bad, equal to negative energy. But no, like, you're just so much bigger than perfection. Like, you're not perfect because you're bigger than the word perfection. I know that sounds crazy, that sounds woo-woo, that sounds conceited, whatever you want to like make it seem, but you're just bigger than perfection. Like, it's just, you're not perfect because you're so much more than perfect, you know? So I just want to not act on, like, I don't know, like, people would consider it pretentious, like the way that I'm behaving, or if I do something, I think sometimes it's pretentious the way that I behave sometimes. You know, like, you're not this perfect person. You have negative thoughts. You have dark thoughts. You be wanting to do things that morally you don't think is right, but then you don't do it because you fear what other people are going to think. And it's nothing crazy. Like, it's nothing bad, but I'm just learning how to rewire my mind. But sometimes the way rewiring your mind works is like, you've been conditioned one way for so long that the other way just sounds like worse than bad, bitch. Like, you mean to tell me I can, for example, do whatever the fuck I want without having any consequences? Like, to an extent, like, if I do something shitty, the only consequence is me thinking that I'm gonna have a consequence, right? Because, like, Donald Trump is an asshole, right? We can sit here and say Donald Trump sucks. Donald Trump is the worst president ever. But if Donald Trump doesn't think he's an asshole, if Donald Trump doesn't think he's the worst person ever, then is he really the worst person ever? Because how is he in this position if he doesn't think that way of himself? So it's just like, when you rewire your mind, when you're trying to change the way that you think, I was just having these thoughts in my meditation. I'm like, oh, this is scary. Like, this is dark. Like, this is like, my mind was going to some dark ass shit where it's like, whoa, like, I could really take it there if I really wanted to. But it's like, no, I want to be able to have balance, have more morale, or have morals. But even that is like a human construct, right? It's like, we're the ones dictating what's morally correct, morally right. But what about if I don't agree with what your definition of morals is? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean like you're a bad person. Maybe, like, to an extent, maybe I might still think you're a bad person, but it's just having the idea that everything is made up, nothing is real, and that hasn't really stuck in my mind yet, and I need help to make it stick, because I read all these books on spirituality, vibration, energy, and all these things, and it just doesn't stick. But I'm having, like, I'm becoming wiser in, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, the information isn't sticking. I think maybe I need to experience it in real life. Either way, I'm just trying to rewire my brain and think differently, but it's scary because the way that I'm thinking now is kind of like, the way that I think now is the way Christians would describe me as a demon. Like, if I think a certain type of way now, like, Christians would be like, that's like, you're a literal Jezebel spirit, because why are you thinking that way? But because my mind is just so open sometimes, and I have to remember, like, it's cool to be open-minded, but relax. Like, sometimes I have to reel it in, like, you're open-minded and I love that for you, dude, but like, relax, chill out. Like, you should have some type of like balance, or something that it's like, just like that's enough. Like, you know, you don't have to take it there. Just have self-control to an extent. Like, have fun, use your free will, enjoy your free will, but have discipline, have self-control. Okay, so I don't know, I really don't want to go into the details of what I was thinking. Maybe like in the next video, like tomorrow. I really enjoyed this video. I think I'm going to figure out a way where I can incorporate, what's that word? Incorporate? You know what I'm trying to say, right? I'm trying to figure out a way that I can add like maybe like a 10-minute, 5-minute meditation where I'm just chilling and see what's going on in my mind, because sometimes I really like, I go through my day and I'm having these thoughts. I'm like, ooh, that would make a great video. That's something that I could really share with people. And then I come in, I sit down and it's gone. So I think I need to have time to just sit down, see what comes up. After the 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, open my eyes or talk with my eyes closed. I feel like maybe I'll try talking with my eyes closed as the thoughts come up, because even then sometimes I come on and it's like, what? Like I kind of lose it again. But yeah, I really like the whole idea of starting with like a 5-minute, 10-minute meditation, and also letting you guys know like, hey, this is what we're doing for this first 10 minutes. If you don't want to do this with me, just go ahead and skip to the next 10 minutes while I'm yapping. So like my videos should probably be about like 15 to 20 minutes long, but you always start with a 5 to 10 minute meditation, because it's also not, it's not just about, it's also good for me because I also want to try to meditate more. So it's a great way to incorporate meditation with something that I love to do, because if I like making videos, then like I can use making videos as a way to practice my meditation because I'm on camera, if that makes sense, you know? Even though I'm not saying anything, it's just the thought that like I'm doing this, you know? But yeah, either way, I'll figure out the details and we'll go from there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just need to practice being consistent with it. And like the first thing that I need to do is get up and make a morning meditation. Maybe do like meditation, a 10-minute meditation before work type of video, and then like a 10-minute meditation after work type of video, you know? Just making sure that's the first thing that I do before I start my day. And then the last thing I do before I relax. I don't want to say the last thing I do before I go to bed, because after I make this video, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna eat. So like, but just the last thing I do before I relax for the rest of the night. Either way, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up for me. If you really, really like this video, go ahead and give me a comment letting me know, or just commenting something. And if you really, really, really like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, and I will see you tomorrow. I was gonna say in the next video, I don't wanna make false promises, but I'll see you